afternoon and welcome to Live at 4.
It's Friday.
It's quiet around here today.
It's a little quiet in here today. We're excited it's Friday. Michael is.
Yes, and it's a start of a great weekend coming up. We'll get to the forecast in just a bit. But first, here's what's making news on this Friday. There are now at least 261 cases of coronavirus in 24 U.S. states, and at least 12 people have died from it.
In Madison, the UW coronavirus hotline has been flooded with questions. We'll try to answer some of the most basic ones.
And it is day one of a retrial for an Iowa County man accused of killing his mother's husband.
Let's take a look outside today. It was sunny, still a little on the chilly side today, a little bit of a breeze blowing.
I don't think I'd go out on the ice.
No, not right now, and especially not this weekend.
Yeah, temperatures getting into the 60s perhaps. Fantastic weekend. Exclamation point the weather words. Chris Reese is in the backyard, soaking in the sun.
Yeah, it all depends on what your definition of fantastic is, but I do expect a lot of folks to truly enjoy the weather this weekend. Even though it's been chillier today, we've had plenty of sunshine. Folks, at times it has just been crystal blue sky. And though we were colder at noon, we have started to see these temperatures creep up a little bit closer to where we were at about this time yesterday when we saw that cold front actually move on through. 39 is our temperature right now. That's actually today's high. A lot of us have not been able to break past the 39 degree or the 40 degree mark. So it has certainly been a chillier day with those northerly winds, but you see the calm winds developing towards the north and west. That's what's going to set up shop as we move through the overnight hours. Now with calm wind and a clear sky, yes, your temperature drops, but it begins to set the stage for what comes our direction as we move into tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and a whole setup that we're tracking this weekend. We are opening the door to warm air to come our direction. Now let's go ahead and get you started with your Friday afternoon traffic. I've actually been watching a little accident here on the Beltline that was in the middle lane earlier, but they've been able to move over to the cars that you see on the shoulder here. It doesn't seem to be a big deal, but it is indeed a fender bender that we have on the westbound side of the Beltline at Park Street. That may be creating some delays that have bottlenecked all the way up the Beltline towards John Nolan, and you are seeing delays in both directions at this point. We're also starting to see some of those delays as you work your way over towards campus and downtown. We'll of course continue to track that traffic and the forecast as we go throughout the show. You'll get your full weather around 4:30 and that full traffic around 4:45.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. First at 4, President Trump signed an emergency $8.3 billion spending bill to respond to the coronavirus outbreak here in the United States.
There are now about 261 cases in 24 states. At least 12 people have died. The Grand Princess cruise ship was told to keep its distance from the California shoreline while passengers await the results of the coronavirus testing. For now, they're confined to their cabins with several dozen people reporting symptoms. President Trump says he's keeping an eye on that situation.
It's close to 5,000 people, so it's a big ship. We're doing testing on those people.
In neighboring Washington state, family members are demanding answers from the nursing home outside Seattle, which has been at the center of the state's outbreak. County officials say the facility is in the process of testing all residents and giving them appropriate care. Worldwide, there are more than 100,000 confirmed cases and more than 3,400 deaths, most of them in China, where the outbreak began.
Since the UW hospital announced its coronavirus hotline a couple days ago, they have been flooded with questions.
Jamie Perez is here with some answers to the most common questions being asked. Jamie?
Well, so that hotline actually started up a couple of days ago. There's been a lot of questions that many of you have had. So far, they've taken about 120 calls, and two of the most common questions are, when should I get tested, and how do I know if I was exposed to the virus? We got a doctor to answer some of those questions today.
Right now, we're still looking for things like travel history to certain areas that may have known COVID-19 presence, and then also degree of symptoms to help us test people who are most likely to be positive, while at the same time conserving a limited supply of testing equipment and supplies.
He also said it's kind of hard to tell if someone's been exposed to the coronavirus because the symptoms mimic just about any other upper respiratory tract infection, and you will also experience severe fever and a cough as well, which you should already be seeking treatment for anyways. If you have questions about the coronavirus, you can call the hotline number there at the bottom of your screen. Now, today we did something kind of interesting. We took a doctor out on the streets with us to answer some questions that people had about the coronavirus. We caught the whole thing on film, and we will share all of that coming up tonight at 6.
People were lined up.
Lining up. It was great.
All right, we'll see you then.
And I don't think the hotline number was on the screen, so let's make sure we get that on Channel 3000. Or do you have it right in front of you there?
I do have it right in front of me. That hotline number is 608-720-5300. It is also on channel3000.com.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Jamie. As the coronavirus continues to spread throughout the world, Italy is struggling to contain the outbreak. The country is now taking steps to boost the economy, which has taken a massive hit with tourism coming to a halt. Tourism is one of Italy's biggest industries, but millions of people are canceling trips amid the outbreak. Outside of the Vatican, not a single tourist, and businesses are feeling the strain. A cafe in Venice is offering free drinks to bring customers in after restaurants in St. Mark's Square saw a 90% drop in business.
He says his cafe is trying to survive and maintain a positive mood at this difficult and tense moment.
The Italian government is already taking steps to keep businesses afloat, vowing nearly $8 billion in aid. Lawmakers have also canceled school for the next week and put some cities on lockdown, particularly in northern Italy, where a majority of the cases have been reported. Experts say one reason the virus has spread so rapidly in Italy is because it has one of the oldest populations in the world. A Ridgeway man accused of killing his stepfather is in Iowa County Court today.
We have a News 3 Now crew inside the courtroom right now, but our Keely Arthur joins us here to break down what's happened so far. Keely?
Mark and Susan, Austin Valdez was tried for this case last year, but it resulted in a mistrial after the jury could not come to an agreement. Now he is back in court being retried once again for second-degree homicide. Valdez is accused of killing Robin Reason. Reason was married to Valdez's mother, Melanie Reason. Valdez's attorneys say the man was protecting his mother from Reason during a drunken fight at the home they all lived in Ridgeway. The accused eventually shot and killed Reason that night, but the prosecution says Valdez's actions were unreasonable because Reason did not cause Melanie or Austin any real injuries. In court today, a judge heard audio from that initial 911 call.
If you don't come here, he's going to die.
Okay, is he still breathing?
I don't know.
Okay, where is he shot at?
Right above the heart.
He's the accident reconstruction.
Correct.
Now, as we mentioned, we do have a crew at the courthouse. Our Gabriella Becerra is going to bring you live updates on News 3 Now at 5 and 6. This case is scheduled to go throughout next week. And something that is unique about this trial is that Melanie Reason's testimony from that mistrial will now be used because Melanie has since passed away. So a lot of really interesting things at play here.
I'm seeing a flow chart here.
Yes,
Lots
exactly. Reason, reasonable. It's tough.
All right, Keely, thank you.
Thank you, Keely. Increasing home ownership among young people in Wisconsin is the goal of a new task force started by State Treasurer Sarah Godlewski. The group is made up of local treasurers and plan to issue a report by the end of the year. The goal is to help people buy their first homes and to stay in them.
President Trump visited tornado-ravaged Tennessee today, taking on the role of counselor-in-chief and promising to help communities rebuild. Trump walked through a devastated neighborhood in Cookeville, Tennessee, alongside the state's governor and local leaders. The tornadoes left more than a 50-mile trail of destruction and killed at least 25 people. The president promised federal disaster funds would start flowing soon, and the state could have as much as it needs.
God be with them, and we're going to be with them. We're going to be with them all the way.
Your presence here reminds us that people all across the country care about what's happening here, so we're grateful.
Damage is estimated in the billions of dollars. A small airport alone in West Nashville estimates $93 million in damage.
Former Vice President Joe Biden is lying low this Friday as his Democratic rival, Senator Bernie Sanders, heads to Michigan to rally supporters ahead of next week's primaries. Biden currently leads in the polls in that delegate-rich state. Christina Raffini is at the White House with more.
As the Democrats gear up for more primaries in half a dozen states next week, Senator Bernie Sanders is criticizing Vice President Joe Biden for his support of trade deals, including NAFTA, in an attempt to garner more support in the big industrial states.
I vigorously oppose these agreements. I helped lead the opposition to these agreements. Joe Biden supported those agreements. And that is a fundamental difference about our approach toward the trade union movement, toward the needs of working people.
Sanders canceled a campaign rally in Mississippi, shifting focus to Michigan and its many available delegates. Sanders won the state back in 2016. The Vermont senator will spend the weekend campaigning throughout the Midwest, while the former vice president will spend his time in Missouri and Mississippi, then head to Michigan on Monday, where he's already won the endorsement of the state's governor. In a war of words on Twitter Thursday over Social Security, Biden told Sanders to focus his attacks on President Trump. Never one to shy away from a challenge, the president joined the fray, taking a jab at Biden.
He's left-wing, and he's got all people that are left-wing, and in many ways he's worse than Bernie.
But moderate Democrats seem to disagree. John Delaney became the 5th former 2020 candidate to endorse Biden this week, saying he's the right person to defeat President Trump. Christina Ruffini, CBS News, the White House.
Bernie Sanders also addressed the protester who unfurled a Nazi flag at his Thursday night rally in Phoenix, saying that as a Jewish American, he found the move horrific and unspeakable. Sanders also thanked local law enforcement for their handling of the situation.
Christian Yelich has signed an extension with the Milwaukee Brewers to the 2028 season with a mutual option for 2029.
It's very rare that a player and a team's identities become so intertwined in such a short period of time. And that's happened here with Christian, the Brewers, the state of Wisconsin, and the city of Milwaukee.
I'm really glad that I am able to spend the foreseeable future here, the rest of my career as a Milwaukee Brewer. You know, I've said many times that I've only been here for 2 years, but it feels like it's been a lot longer. And ever since I came here, it just felt like a natural fit.
The team confirmed the 9-year deal, but per its policy did not reveal terms of the deal. Various reports pegged the deal at $215 million, which is the largest in team history. Yelich will play in his first spring training game today after suffering a broken right kneecap in September of 2019 off a foul ball during a game against the Marlins. The Brewers opened the season against the Chicago Cubs in Milwaukee on March 26th.
Feels longer than 2 years, doesn't it?
You spent 2 years in Milwaukee.
This is
it seems longer.
This is good news, though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. He's a great guy. Well, still to come before Pixar is out with a new feature film.
We'll have a preview of Onward when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can plunge you into deep, depressive lows, take you to uncontrollable highs, or make you feel both at once. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1 symptoms? Ask about Vraylar. Some medications only treat the lows or the highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1. Full spectrum relief of all symptoms with just 1 pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction. Or uncontrollable muscle movements may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Movement dysfunction, restlessness, sleepiness, stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
At U.S. Cellular, we're building a powerful new 5G network that breaks down barriers. Because it's only fair that you get uninterrupted service, so you can work without obstacles and stream without disruptions. 5G, now available in Wisconsin. Unlimited data starts at $30 a month. It's the best value in wireless. Switch today for just $30 a month with 4 lines. U.S. Cellular. Choose fair.
He's been around the world, but he desires more. He's seen it all. It's always what you think's tough. Right there all the time.
With over 40 fully integrated applications, you won't be able to contain your excitement either. From just $1 a day per employee, run your entire business with Zoho One, the operating system for business.
From kids to pets and parties, We'll lay the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 75 years. During our 75th anniversary event, standard carpet installation is just $75. Carpet 1 room, 3 rooms, even your whole house, and installation is only $75. Coyle Carpet 1 Floor and Home, locally owned and operated since 1945.
Not just better, it's the best Outback ever. The new 2020 Subaru Outbacks are at Don Miller. You'll get the Outback Advantage with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and EyeSight driver assist technology. Now with the Subaru A Lot to Love event, lease the Outback Premium, $249 per month, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, no security deposit, $1949 due at signing, or choose 0.9% financing. The Outback at Don Miller Subaru, west on Odana or east side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
Popular vodka manufacturer is encouraging people not to buy its product to combat the coronavirus. Tito's Vodka spent yesterday responding to people on Twitter who were saying they wanted to use Tito's to make hand sanitizer. The horror of that. The Austin, Texas-based distillery responded to the tweets with the same message. Per the CDC, hand sanitizer needs to contain at least 60% alcohol. Tito's handmade vodka is 40% alcohol and therefore does not meet the current recommendations of the CDC. It's best to stick to products specifically made to disinfect hands and surfaces and save the vodka for drinking. And after all this, you need one. Yeah. As fears over the coronavirus grow, people are frantically buying up supplies, leaving store shelves empty.
Yep, prices are also skyrocketing online. From coast to coast, retail stores are selling out of things like hand sanitizer, disinfectant wipes, and masks. In New York City, pharmacies are having trouble keeping up with the demand. One New Jersey woman says she went to 6 stores before finding hand sanitizer.
I wanted to pay, she said $50, and I think that's disgusting, and they're taking advantage of people right now.
Online sales of virus protection products have skyrocketed, up 817% in the last 2 months. This Amazon listing offers 4 boxes of masks, usually about $20, for over $1,000. Health officials also say masks are a good idea for people who are already sick, so they don't infect others, but wearing a mask will not stop you from getting the virus. Now states and cities are cracking down. California's Attorney General told businesses if they violated price gouging laws, they will be held accountable. People looking to buy or refinance their current mortgage are in luck.
Mortgage rates have dropped again, and the coronavirus is one of the reasons why. The mortgage rate for a 30-year fixed loan has dropped over the past 2 years and is now at the historic low rate of 3.29%. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says investors worried about the economic impact of coronavirus are buying safer U.S. Treasury bonds, and that's pushing down rates for the 10-year Treasury.
This is a great time to either buy or refinance your mortgage. That's important because mortgage rates often key off of the 10-year Treasury.
Many existing homeowners are taking advantage of low rates to refinance current mortgages. Refi applications are up 224% in the past year. The drop in rates has made paying for it a little easier. The federal government reports the U.S. economy added 273,000 jobs in February. That's far more than economists had predicted. Leading the gains were new jobs in health care and social assistance, food services, and government. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate fell back to the historic low of 3.5%. The job survey was taken in the middle of February before coronavirus concerns shook corporate America. Many expect the March report will reflect the damage the virus has done on business activity. And despite those good job numbers, Wall Street continues to lose ground because of coronavirus. The Dow Industrials lost 256 points after being down more than 800 at one point. It could have been worse. It ends the week at 25,864. The NASDAQ fell 152. The S&P 500 was off 51. Well, the new Disney Pixar animated feature follows 2 brothers as they travel across a modern fantasy world on a magical quest.
David Daniel has a preview of Onward.
This spell brings him back. For one whole day, Dad will be back.
That's not possible.
It is with this.
It's getting harder to hold.
Ah, he's just legs.
Tom Holland and Chris Pratt give voice to brothers on a quest across a once magical land in Onward.
We are 2 modern, modern fantasy elves, and we're on a magic-filled quest to find the father that we lost.
The movie is set in a world where mystical creatures occupy mundane, everyday roles.
Get in the vehicle. I'm escorting you home. I'm giving you to the count of 3.
Okay.
Pratt and Holland's off-screen chemistry heightened the sense of brotherly love between the characters.
You have to speak from your heart's fire.
Aloft, Elevar!
Aloft, Elevar!
No, from your heart's fire!
Aloft, Elevar!
And it was fun to watch their chemistry and, watch them goof on each other and support each other. They really do have a brotherly quality. Chris kind of is like a big brother to Tom, and that was really helpful. Hey, you can do this.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And we'll find out what Will Loper thinks about it on Monday.
That looks like a good one. Still to come at 4, the Dixie Chicks have reunited after a 14-year hiatus.
Jane Pauley has a profile of the group this weekend. Sunday morning, we'll have a preview coming up after Chris's warm, worn forecast.
Spend more time on your health, not your drive to the gym. Anytime Fitness has 40 area locations, so they're close to home and work. Get more strength training, more cardio, and more coaching at Anytime Fitness. Now, get a 2-week membership at Anytime Fitness for just $2.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can plunge you into deep, depressive lows. Take you to uncontrollable highs. Or make you feel both at once. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1 symptoms? Ask about Vraylar. Some medications only treat the lows or the highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1. Full spectrum relief of all symptoms with just 1 pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction. Or uncontrollable muscle movements may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Movement dysfunction, restlessness, sleepiness, stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
Make time to escape to the coast and enjoy 60 miles of beautiful beaches and let the sound of the ocean's tide take you to your happy place. Now's the perfect time to book your spring getaway to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Besides, you deserve it. Seize your moment now and come, let go, and unwind on Myrtle Beach time.
Let go and unwind on Myrtle Beach time.
Here at Harker Heating and Cooling of Madison, we are proudly celebrating over 70 years of excellence. A lot can change in 70 years, but some things never do, like our commitment to providing our customers with 100% satisfaction every single day. When you make that call to Harker, you can rest assured that a team of qualified, trustworthy, skilled individuals are ready to address your home service concerns. Harker Heating and Cooling, your hometown heroes for over 70 years.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
It's the SUV for all you love, the 2020 Subaru Forester at Don Miller. Get the Forester Advantage with Subaru EyeSight Driver Assist technology and blind spot detection with rear cross traffic alert. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, lease the Forester Premium $269 per month plus tax. 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, $1969 due at signing. No security deposit. The Forester all-wheel drive plus MPG. Don Miller Subaru, West on Odana or East Side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
Just because we're super hungry
Doesn't mean you gotta spend a lot, because Denny's brought back the Super Slam with eggs, hash browns, bacon, sausage, and pancakes, all for just $5.99. The $5.99 Super Slam is back. See you at Denny's.
Take a look at this. A North Carolina woman celebrated her 100th birthday in jail. Ruth Bryan says she's lived a century and has never been arrested. So Roxborough deputies made her bucket list wish happen. They arrested Bryant at her assisted living center, but not without a playful fight. At the jail, deputies gave the jailbird the full criminal treatment. She later returned home and celebrated with a big party and a very good story to tell. Never been arrested.
You know, I've never wanted to be arrested.
I was just going to say, that's on her bucket list?
Define arrested.
But I have always wanted to turn the lights on in a police car or fire truck. I've never had that opportunity, but I've always wanted to do it.
I'm sure we could arrange that.
All right. If you all want to arrange that, let me know. That's been a big one.
With this forecast, we're going to give you a present.
All right. Yes, it is a beautiful forecast, folks. You'll want to make sure you enjoy the weekend, but also find your umbrella this weekend. Just go ahead and do that. I'll explain why coming up right after this.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heineman.
Like many of you, our editorial board and yes, our company are keeping a close eye on health reports regarding the coronavirus. We're paying special attention to the responses and recommendations of healthcare professionals, and their advice continues to be plan, but don't panic. We believe that is the most responsible editorial message as well. There's a growing list of institutions, businesses, and government offices updating their internal and external communications and strategies in the event of evidence of the disease spreading here. Experts say so far that risk remains low, but we appreciate the Madison and Dane County Health Departments, Madison School District, and especially state and UW scientists and researchers keeping the public informed about what is known and how we should respond. We'll do our best to share accurate and helpful information. We all need to have plans just in case. We don't need to panic.
I didn't choose this exact type of metastatic breast cancer, but I did pick Clarity by knowing I have a treatment that goes right at it.
Discover Piqray, a treatment that specifically targets PIK3CA mutations in HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC. Piqray is taken with fulvestrant after progression on hormone therapy and helps people live longer without disease progression. Do not take Piqray if you've had severe allergic reactions to it or any of its ingredients. Piqray can cause serious side effects, including severe allergic and skin reactions, high blood sugar levels and diarrhea that are common and can be severe, and pneumonitis. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms of severe allergic reactions or high blood sugar while taking Piqray. Your doctor will monitor your blood sugar before and during treatment, and more often if you have type 2 diabetes. Before starting, tell your doctor if you have a history of diabetes, skin reactions, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Common side effects include rash, nausea, tiredness, weakness, decreased appetite, mouth sores, vomiting, weight loss, hair loss, and changes in some blood tests. Ask your doctor about Piqray.
Auto show concept cars are great, especially when affordability is part of the concept. Announcing Auto Show savings time at your local Ford dealer. Now get great deals on Explorer, Escape, Fusion, F-150, and more. Every Ford is proudly built with tomorrow's technology today, all with huge savings. Now that's a great concept. It's the final days of Auto Show savings time. Hurry to get Explorer with Flex Buy and 0 for 66 financing plus $3,000 cash when you finance through Ford Credit.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, about this time yesterday, things began to get incredibly windy here across south central Wisconsin, and those wind gusts that we saw overnight, man, were they certainly powerful. Wind gusts upwards to 46 miles per hour, and La Crosse, Madison topped out at 44 miles per hour. But you see a lot of areas from Middleton through La Crosse really focusing in on the southwestern parts of the state where those wind gusts just kept going, and they were whipping all night long. Now, the storm system responsible for those winds, it's moving away. We've got some breezy conditions towards your south and east, but high pressure, that's what's going to be in control as we go through the rest of this evening. So that's helping those winds begin to relax. That's going to allow things to remain relatively quiet for us. In fact, the entire upper Midwest is looking relatively quiet, not just here in south central Wisconsin. This means high-resolution Doppler gets to go on weekend mode. It's going to relax for a little bit, and I think we will all be able to relax as we go through the weekend with just the beautiful weather that's coming our direction. The temperature right now at 39, winds are out of the north at 9 miles per hour. That does create a little wind chill at 33, but folks, with the sunshine, soak in it. It'll feel a little bit better. 39 in Janesville right now. Towards the south and west, temperatures were able to make it into the lower 40s. So that's where we see our temperatures in Lone Rock and Boscobel, Platteville coming in at 40. Monroe also coming coming in at 40, but let's go through time. One of the things that we will see change as we go through the overnight hours is that wind direction. They become southerly instead of northerly. When you get a south wind, I say this all the time, I will never stop. When you see a south wind, that sets the stage for a warm-up, especially when it's coupled with sunshine. So watch this. 6 o'clock in the morning, the temperature is 21. We jump up 30 degrees as we go throughout the day. By noontime, we're in the 40s. By the afternoon, we're topping out right around 53. There's not a lot of cloud cover showing up. We are fully in the sunshine as we go through this time. Then overnight, Saturday into Sunday, the low only drops to about 40. So we're staying above freezing as we go through that process. This is that next little warm front, or shall I say, big warm front, making its way towards the upper Midwest. This is Saturday afternoon. Check how that warmth really begins to expand over the Midwest as we move into your Sunday afternoon as well. By the way, these places in the yellow, that's where temperatures are in the 70s. While I do not expect 70s here, they'll be close. You won't have to travel that far. It's a matter of hours away with 70s being there. Now, when you get that warm, you do add more moisture to the air. And then once we get a little bit cooler early next week, well, you have to unzip that moisture. That's the rain chance that we're watching into Monday. Perhaps another rain chance that may also have a little snow mixed in with it as we move into Wednesday and Thursday. And then we're also watching another rain chance Thursday, perhaps moving into Friday. Things are going to get a little bit more active for us, but I'll tell you what, it still feels good. Do not forget to spring forward on to Saturday. If you are late watching Dana Fulton in the morning on Sunday, I mean, come on, she's got great news for you. We'll watch that rain chance on Monday again. Temperatures will be a little bit cooler next week, but still by next Sunday, once again, that's the warmest day of the forecast.
Wow. Looking good.
Yeah, the weekends have been absolutely gracious to us lately.
Yeah, we're on a string of good weekends.
Exactly. Hopefully we'll keep that going.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Well, Dana will keep us up to date on the weekend weather here on the morning on News 3.
And then stay tuned for CBS Sunday Morning. Jane Pauley is with us once again for a preview of what's coming up Sunday morning. Hello, Jane. I understand the Dixie Chips are on tap.
You bet, Mark. Thank you. Yeah, Natalie Maines and the Dixie Chicks, the sisters, Marty McGuire, Emily Strayer. They were one of the most popular female music acts of all time, with 13 Grammys to prove it. But it's been 14 years. What have they been up to? Tracy Smith finds out. Here's a clip.
Besides raising children, they also worked on solo projects. But that only made them realize what they were missing.
Oh my God, when I had my one solo album, like I hate it.
Why?
I need these two. Yeah, I've never felt more insecure in my whole life. Because it just is so comfortable to have a team, to have a group, strength in numbers.
You may recall the Dixie Chicks had a reputation for speaking their minds. And with a new album called Gaslighter, it would seem the Chicks still aren't shy.
It would seem that way. All right, what else is on the show, Jane?
Well, Mark, some welcome news for anyone who feels a nap calling during the workday. Tell the boss, not only does science say napping is good for you, it'll make you more productive too. We'll also catch up with actress and singer Mandy Moore and, of course, have the latest on the coronavirus. So we'll see you then, Mark.
We'll see you Sunday morning at 8 o'clock. Thanks, Jane. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Celebrate Ashley Home Store's 75th anniversary with the ultimate sale. Save up to 55% on dozens of furniture doorbusters throughout the store. Then get the ultimate party favor. Take a bonus 10% off our sale prices and 3 years no interest. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can plummet you to extreme lows, lift you to intense highs, or make you feel both at once. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1 symptoms? Ask about Vraylar. Some medications only treat the lows or the highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1. Full spectrum relief of all symptoms with just one pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Movement dysfunction, restlessness, sleepiness, stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
The all-new Silverado HD adds to the legendary capability of the strongest, most advanced Silverados ever. With best-in-class camera technology and larger, more functional beds than any competitor, the only truck that can compare to a Silverado is another Silverado.
Truck Month is the right time to get behind the wheel of the Chevy Silverado. Now get 0% financing for 72 months plus $500 cash allowance on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about coming together. It's families, friends. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Celebrate Ashley Home Store's 75th anniversary with the ultimate mattress sale. Shop doorbusters, including our best deal ever on Beauty Rest mattresses, plus no interest financing for up to 75 months, and a free adjustable base upgrade with select purchases. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Tonight at 5, the second trial for a Ridgeway man accused of killing his stepfather is underway after the first trial resulted in a hung jury. We'll have the latest from Iowa County tonight at 5.
After a seasonably cold night, this weekend will be windy and milder with high temperatures in the 50s tomorrow and the 60s on Sunday. My News 3 Now first warn forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, just days after UW Health launched a coronavirus hotline, they've already received more than 100 calls. We're asking a doctor to answer the most popular questions at 6.
Here's a live look over the UW campus on this sunny Friday afternoon. We'll be watching for the crew boats pretty soon.
Yeah,
it's got to get that ice off the lake.
I think this weekend is going to take a toll.
I think you're right. Well, 1 hour on a bike this weekend can help groundbreaking eye research in Madison.
The 9th annual Cycle for Sight is this weekend at 3 locations across Madison. Dr. Dave Gamm is the director of the McPherson Eye Research Institute at the UW and joins us on Live at 4. Welcome.
Good to see you.
So let's get through the specifics here first. What's going on this weekend?
So this is our 9th annual Cycle for Sight event, and we've started it to raise awareness for folks who are suffering from low vision or blindness in the state of Wisconsin. There's over 100,000. And also to raise funds for the world-class research that's being done right here in UW-Madison to help these individuals.
And how does it work?
So you can sign up online. It's probably good to do that with visionsave.wisc.edu. There are 3 locations, Princeton Club West, Cap Fitness, and the Natatorium. And then you come in and you could cycle on a stationary bike or a spinning class. You don't have to pay to get in. It is $15 per individual to ride. And you can also walk. And, you know, we're equal opportunity fundraisers, so if you want to stay at home and walk or ride a bike at home or just support us on the website, that's wonderful.
What time does it start?
So it starts as early as 8 o'clock in some locations, but it's different based upon the location.
So you ride for an hour, then the next person takes over.
Then the next group comes in. Yes, there can be up to about 30 riders per session, and it's a lot of fun. It's for all ages and abilities.
And you don't have to be a member of Princeton Club, for example. If you're participating in this, they're graciously offering the bikes and the space.
Correct. There are sponsors, so they're also offering the spinning instructors. So we're very grateful to them and our other sponsors as well.
That's great.
What kind of eye research is going on in the UW right now?
We're like a lot of things at the university. We're quite broad. So if there's a process that affects vision, then we're on it. So glaucoma, macular degeneration, childhood causes of early onset blindness like retinitis pigmentosa, things that affect the front of the eye all the way to the back of the brain. We have over 190 individuals that are part of our organization.
Wow.
And this might be one of those organizations that people may not realize we're so lucky to have in Madison. This is world-class research going on.
Absolutely. It's a natural tendency for us to think that all the really cutting-edge stuff is being done somewhere else. But in this case, really we're one of the world-class institutions that's in this area helping people with these problems.
Wow.
And what kind of advancements have you made?
So we're one of the leaders in the world in stem cell-based research. So looking at ways to replace cells once they've died in certain degenerative diseases like macular degeneration, gene therapies, gene editing, very cutting-edge technologies, as well as pharmacology. pharmacological therapies, and even nutritional supplements that may be able to help your vision long term.
And all of the money raised stays right here in Madison.
It absolutely does. It goes to our researchers, which are, as I said, 190 strong, going towards research that will help people all around the world. But of course, we have our main focus is on the folks here in Wisconsin.
All right, it's this weekend, 3 locations. We have the website, it's vision.wisc.edu. There it is again, $15 per rider. Just an hour of your time, makes
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it does sound like
prepares you for the spring. It's good.
Exactly.
Raise some money for a great organization.
Win-win.
Doctor, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you.
Yeah, you as well.
There's more to come at 4. We're headed to Edgewood High School with Michael Bruno.
When we come back, he goes backstage for next weekend's production of The Sound of Music. That's when Live at 4 continues.
Skintelligent is a skin balancing system enriched with probiotic technology. Skintelligent, the smart solution to healthy-looking, radiant skin. Free beauty picks with the purchase of 2 or more Merle Norman cosmetic products.
We are the Thrivers. Women with metastatic breast cancer. Standing in the struggle. Hustling through the hurt. Asking for science, not sorries. Our time for more time has come. Living longer is possible and proven in women taking Kisqali plus fulvestrant or a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor. Kisqali is the only treatment in its class with proven overall survival results in 2 clinical trials, helping women live longer with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali was also significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious liver problems and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Kisqali is not approved for use with tamoxifen. It's our time to continue to shine because we are the Thrivers. Ask your doctor about Kisqali, the only treatment in its class proven to help women live longer in 2 clinical trials.
From kids to pets and parties, we'll lay the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 75 years. During our 75th anniversary event, standard carpet installation is just $75. Carpet 1 room, 3 rooms, even your whole house, and installation is only $75. Coyle Carpet 1 Floor and Home, locally owned and operated since 1945.
When their cry is a different kind of cry.
When you know they're sick, but are afraid to know how sick they really are.
That's when you want answers. When you need answers.
Because when it's your child,
your baby,
it's different.
This is where you'll find doctors unlike any other doctors, where we treat the untreatable and conquer the seemingly unconquerable. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Merle Norman Skintelligent is a skin balancing system enriched with probiotic technology. Skintelligent, the smart solution to healthy-looking, radiant skin. Free beauty picks with the purchase of 2 or more Merle Norman cosmetic products.
All right, good news. The accident that we had earlier, that was right at Todd Drive, the belt line. That was moved over to the shoulder. It is now clear, but we're still starting to see some slowdowns in that direction. I do, however, want to focus right on that interchange between the belt line and the interstate. We're seeing an accident being reported on one of the ramps there, but so far, no traffic delays have been reported as a result of that. But still, speeds on the belt line are fairly slow. 22 miles per hour right between Fish Hatchery and Rimrock, 25 miles per hour between Todd Drive and Fish Hatchery. And then as you begin to approach Todd Drive, this is coming from Verona Road. Right now, that speed's down around 16 miles per hour. So you will run into some delays. Plenty of brake lights showing up right around Park Street, University, Johnson, and Regent. This is all right around campus. We're not seeing too many delays as you work your way around East Wash, but you're still starting to hit the brakes in those directions. Right now, your average speed on that slowest route, Verona Road to John Nolan in the eastbound direction, That's 19 miles per hour. It'll take you just under 15 minutes.
All right, Chris, thank you. NASA's next Mars rover has a new name, Perseverance. The name came as a result of a contest NASA held that drew more than 28,000 entries. Students representing every state, ranging in age from kindergarten to 12th grade, submitted their favorite names. The winner is a 7th grader at Lake Braddock Secondary School in Burke, Virginia. Alexander Mather not only gets to name the rover, he'll receive an invitation to travel with his family to Cape Canaveral to witness the rover's launch into space this summer.
That's a great name.
It is a great name. Well, the final collaboration between Rogers and Hammerstein hits the Edgewood High School stage.
It is The Sound of Music, one of the most beloved musicals of all time. Our Michael Bruno went backstage to check it out.
Doe, a tear, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, far, a long way to run.
First of all, tell me a little bit about The Sound of Music, the play, the musical.
Yes, so at the beginning of the show, Maria is in training to be a nun, and Mother Abbess, who's kind of her mentor at the Abbey, doesn't really feel that it's a good fit for her, so she sends her to be a governess for a family of 7 children. And when she gets there, she realizes that they've never had music in their home before.
And so she brings the gift of music into the house, and she ends up inspiring the family, bringing them closer. She and the captain fall in love, and eventually it's their story of coming together in their struggle to preserve who they are as they escape the ideologies of 1930s Germany.
Doe, a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun.
And now, what's it like having to be double cast?
Well, I mean, it's never really bothered me. I've had the best person that I could ever ask for as like a person to kind of share my role with. In the beginning, it was us on stage together or just watching each other. It's a lot of just kind of seeing how the other person fits and kind of learning from that.
I've really loved getting to work with another person's interpretation of Maria, because I think we've taught each other a lot about Maria and what she's like, and so having another person to kind of have conversations with about, oh, what do you think she's thinking in this situation? How do you think she feels about this? Kind of talking about her background, as that's not much given in the script. We kind of had to come up with a lot of stuff ourselves, so getting another person to work with has been super, super fun.
You are 16, going on 17, baby, it's time to think. Better beware, be canny and careful, baby, you're on the brink.
And did you have any difficulties with having to share the role when you found out you were going to be double cast? Kind of like,
you couldn't ask for You couldn't ask for a better guy. And I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like when you're not on the court, it's kind of like watching film. Of course, different interpretations.
Obviously,
but I mean, you get to watch and like bounce ideas off each other. How do we say this line? What does this mean?
I think at least in my opinion, it's fun bouncing different things off each other, like you said, and watching how the other has their own take on the character.
I am 16, going on 17, innocent as a rose.
So say there's like young kids or there's people that have like never even heard of this, what would you tell them to come out and see the show here at Edgewood?
Well, it's a really timeless story. It's not only a historical landmark about World War II, but it's also a very energetic story about love and about family. And I think that essence carries through no matter what time it is. So I think being able to relive The Sound of Music as it was a big part probably in their parents' lives with the movie. So I think being able to share that with younger children, I think, is very important.
Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
Some familiar songs there, that's for sure.
And there's dancing and singing nuns. What more could you ask for?
This is the first musical in the new Performance Arts Center.
That's correct, it is. Yep, that is their very first musical. They're doing in the new Dennis McKinley Performing Arts Center.
Oh, and it's next weekend.
That's right, it opens today. So they're obviously still in production. They're building their sets and they're getting their costumes ready. So it'll open a week from tonight.
We're just working ahead a little bit.
Yes, it is.
All right, Sound of Music, Edgewood High School. It's next week, Friday at 7, Saturday at 2 and 7, and Sunday at 2. The hills are alive.
Oh, yes, they are.
For tickets, go to the Sound of Music 2020.brown Papertickets.com. I think that's the work is Dennis.
Oh, yes, I look so lovely. In the hills, singing.
Please don't. Next week.
Next week we're going to, where are we going? Oh, Queen of Peace Elementary School for their version of Peter Pan.
Oh, great.
Elementary? We don't do a lot of elementary schools.
We're going back to elementary schools now.
Oh, that's great.
All right, we'll see you next week. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks, Michael.
Final check of your forecast coming up.
Right now at Steinhafels, get $300 in Steinhafels Instant Bonus Cash and free delivery with any Tempur-Pedic mattress set. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. Steinhafels has the new Tempur-Breeze. With next-generation cooling technology, you'll sleep up to 8 degrees cooler all night long. So sleep cooler, get 0% financing, $300 in Steinhafels Bonus Cash, and free next-day delivery with a new Tempur-Breeze mattress set. Only at Steinhafels and Steinhafels Mattress.
I suffered with psoriasis for so long.
I felt gross. People were afraid I was contagious.
I was covered from head to toe. I was afraid to show my skin.
It was kind of a shock after I started Cosentix. I wasn't covered anymore.
4 years clear. 5 years now.
I just look and feel better.
See me.
Cosentix works fast to give you clear skin that can last. Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentix. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur.
I look and feel better with Cosentix.
5 years is just crazy.
See me.
Ask your dermatologist if Cosentix could help you move past the pain of psoriasis.
After 30 years, Wisconsin Craft Market is closing its doors forever. Get unbelievable craft deals now. Shop our going out of business sale. Hurry in for the best selection at Wisconsin Craft Market.
Go to Amazon.com skills to enable Channel 3000 news briefs.
You've heard of Goodnight Moon, and now a local mom is out with a new take on the bedtime classic featuring one of our favorite subjects, Madison. And it'll be a great weekend to get out and enjoy our city. Join us Saturday morning at 5 and 8.
Wisconsin voters deserve the truth. I'm News 3 Now's Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
One more chilly evening before the big warm-up.
That is right. We are going all the way down into the low 20s tonight, folks. 21. In fact, that's with some clear skies, but pay attention to the wind direction becoming out of the south. That helps us warm up. Tomorrow it becomes southwest at 15 to 25. So tomorrow will be breezy. We'll see those afternoon highs topping out into the 50s, but there's more where that came from. 60s show up by the time we get you towards Sunday. Our average temperatures, though, are still staying well below that forecast.
Above average every day.
Yeah, above average every single day. We've been above average for a very long time.
Wow. Say goodbye to the snow.
It's gone. I know.
Thanks, Chris. Monday here on Live at 4, Will Loper reviews the new Pixar movie Onward.
And we'll take you on a tour of the Logic Everyday Community. It is a brand new place in Madison, right in the shadow of UW Hospital. It's a common working area with childcare and a restaurant. That's Monday on Live at 4.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can plunge you into deep, depressive lows. Take you to uncontrollable highs. Or make you feel both at once. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1 symptoms? Ask about Vraylar. Some medications only treat the lows or the highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1. Full spectrum relief of all symptoms with just 1 pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction. Or uncontrollable muscle movements may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Movement dysfunction, restlessness, sleepiness, stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
Tax time blowout at American Freight. Low price match guarantee. We will not be undersold. Over 30 dinette sets from $98. 2 mattress sets any size from $298. 7-piece living room packages from $398. 8-piece queen size bedroom suits that include the mattress set from only $398. Take it home today for $50. No payments for 60 days. Free layaway till tax time. Same day delivery ends March 31st at the corner of North Stoughton and Kinsman Boulevard.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto is a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure, and trust your heart to Entresto.
Well, with temperatures forecasted to hit 60 this weekend, spring is definitely in the air.
And Lola and Louie have proof that spring fever is alive and well in this week's edition of the News Hounds.
It's News Hounds Now Update with Lola and Louie.
This week on the News Hounds, a puppy food cart.
Time to stretch those legs.
And the sound of a shedding snake.
But first, Ronnie the grizzly bear woke up from hibernation at the Milwaukee County Zoo. Ronnie's hibernation time takes approximately 4 months, between mid-November and mid-March. The first thing she does is rearrange her habitat. She also cleaned up her sleeping area. Actually, Ronnie still seems a little sleepy with a light snow falling. Maybe it's time for a little nap. Happy spring, Ronnie.
Brookfield Zoo's giraffes were given access to their outdoor habitat for the first time this spring. When let outdoors for the first time, they tend to run around and stretch those long legs. It's become an annual event at the zoo outside of Chicago. It's a sure sign that spring is right around the corner.
Visitors at the Georgia Aquarium are flocking to see rare albino alligators. According to experts, there are only 50 albino alligators in the world. The albinos are part of a newly renovated River Scout habitat. The American alligator is considered a keystone species in some areas due to their vital role in the ecosystem. Through recovery efforts and effective hunting rules, alligators have made a remarkable return to the wild. There are some 200,000 wild alligators in Georgia alone.
There's no need for a doggy bag at this Washington area food truck. Wolf Bowl serves up healthy fast food treats for dogs. Ron and Solo Holloway are the owners of this truck, and they say their mission is to keep pets healthy. Their food is made fresh every day, and they serve everything from hamburgers, tacos, donuts, even dog beer. Yum.
Have you ever wondered what the sound of a snake shedding its skin sounds like? Well, wonder no more. The rare moment captured on camera is surprisingly soothing, almost like a campfire crackling. Snakes like this massive king cobra named Jafar discard their skin up to 6 times